What are the main factors that lead to relapse in addiction recovery? Why are more than 80% of addicts relapsing within their first year of recovery? And what are the warning signs you should look out for in yourself or your loved one to avoid this relapse? We'll cover these questions and more in today's video about the 3 stages of relapse. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you or a loved one is an addict or in recovery, and let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed covering about this crucial topic. Much of the information I'm going to share with you is from personal experience in addiction and helping people in my recovery in every stage of addiction and recovery. I believe there are 2 main factors contributing to relapse above all others. Number 1, a foundational relationship with God, or the creator of you and the universe, however you see him. And number 2, being of service to others with a purpose-driven life to wake up to. If those 2 things are solid, everything else will fall into place. Now, clinicians have broken down relapse into the 3 stages of relapse that we can look out for in ourselves and our loved ones in recovery. The 3 stages of relapse are emotional relapse, mental relapse, and physical relapse. Emotional relapse is when someone in recovery begins to have the feelings associated with depression, anxiety, or other forms of negative emotions that begin to make us isolate or look for unhealthy ways to cope with our emotions. Some of the most common warning signs someone in recovery is experiencing an emotional relapse are isolating or withdrawing socially from normal patterns of time with friends or at meetings, straying away from the other normal routines they had developed with their self-care, such as exercise routine or spiritual practices like church or fellowships. It is crucial if you are experiencing this stage of relapse to talk with someone else in recovery about it, like your sponsor or your spiritual advisor. Within the 12-step community, we call this the 10th step. Talk it out with your sponsor, pray it out with God, then shift your focus to someone you can help. Reworking yourself into your normal health routine will dramatically impact your emotional well-being in recovery. Having a regular meeting you attend on top of a morning health routine for your physical and spiritual startup is essential to your long-term recovery success. Now, for the 2nd stage of relapse, mental relapse. A mental relapse is when you have not yet picked up dope or a drink of alcohol, but you are beginning to think about and even plan about it in your head. The 1st stage in emotional relapse, you haven't even started to think about drugs and alcohol yet, but you have started sliding on your mental health. This stage in the mental relapse is when you begin contemplating drugs or alcohol as your solution to these emotions, and if you do not get out of this stage quickly, you are very likely to relapse back into uncontrolled drug and alcohol use you desperately wanted to stop at the beginning of your recovery. If you find yourself in this stage, reach out to your sponsor and tell them exactly what you're thinking. You can also find the free relapse prevention worksheet in the notes of this video and fill that out and find out what's going on in your life. Do not forget why you came into recovery in the first place. I know it's hard sometimes and life kinda lifes sometimes, but using or drinking never gets better, and if you do, there is a chance we will never get to see you here again, and we need you. Please reach out. The 3rd and final stage of relapse is the physical relapse. This is when someone has already begun using or drinking again after letting the first 2 stages pass by without interruption. Some clinicians distinguish this stage into 2 categories, one being a lapse and one being a relapse. A lapse is when you have used or drank once or twice and have not yet begun the cycle of uncontrolled drinking and using yet. The relapse is when you are full-blown addicted again. For myself, they're kind of the same thing because I know for myself, 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. If I lapse, I would be out of there. If you have found yourself to this video while you are in this stage of lapse or relapse, there is no shame or judgment in our community, and we want you back and we want you clean and sober. Reach out and we will be here with open arms just like any one of the 12-step fellowships. We are just sick of losing our brothers and sisters to relapse and overdose. If you know someone who may be in one of these stages, send them this video to possibly help pull them out. If you are in one of the first 2 stages or haven't done the 4th and 5th step yet, watch this video here. Or if you want to listen to positive affirmations for addicts in recovery, click here to watch this video. I love you all so much. Get out there and help someone recover. And until I see you again, keep living recovered on purpose.